Well, do your kids love their sport? That is a good question we might want to think about and maybe ask them in the future. Sports psychologist Dr. Eddie O'Connor joining us now with the best ways to increase the love of the game. And this first part is interesting, Eddie, because we love our sport when we're more competent in the sport and the skills. We're better at it, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But to be better and be more competent, sometimes you got to usually put in more work. Hard to always put in more work if you don't love it in the first place. There could be a catch-22 there, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
Well, there certainly would be, and I thought love of the game is a good thing to talk about
Sure.
with Valentine's Day coming up. But when all the athletes, when I work with them, that's one of the first questions. Why do you love it? And one of the first things that they always say, or how did they get started, was, well, because I was good at it.
There you go.
And so it really does work in both directions. Whether you are struggling and there's work that has to be put in, even during that time, you have to be getting reinforcement, whether it be from parents or coaches or teammates, that you're doing a good job. Because if you keep going in and you feel like you're failing, if you keep going in and you're frustrated and you're not getting it, that's what's going to eat away at your love for the game. So that positive reinforcement at a 5-to-1 ratio of positive reinforcement to constructive criticism.
It's a good ratio to remember.
Is the magic number, and a tough one to hit.
Sure, 5 different times. Hey, good job. I was proud of you. You didn't do this, but hey, by the way, keep your elbow down. 5-to-1.
Yeah, and more than good job, because what does a good job mean? Hey, I love the way you hustled. That was a great form on that free throw. Specific, because then it reinforces it, and then that's what establishing, again, is the competence, the idea that I am doing a good job, I am developing skills.
The key thing you said there, you didn't say we can't be constructive criticism. The key is just 5-to-1 ratio. That's really good to remember, because let's be honest, some parents here, you never want to say anything negative to your kids, whatever. We are looking at it from adult eyes, and we've been through a lot of these sports, so you can do it. Just pick and choose your battles and make it at least a 5-to-1 ratio. I like that.
Yeah, and the competence was a big one, and one of the other big factors is the relatedness and the relationships. So you've already brought up coaches and parents. And so not only in the feedback of what you're saying, but how are you saying it? What is your tone like? If you're giving that feedback in an angry tone, frustrated if you're a coach, parents if they've got these expectations, that's the other thing that can really start to take the fun and the love out of the game. So how can we present that where there's a safe place to make mistakes and it's a learning environment where, again, they can feel that competence, but they can also feel safe in making those mistakes to build that competence.
And they feel ownership, and they eventually love it, whether you're picking your own college or picking your sport. When you have some say in the matter and you have some skin in the game and you get to choose your sport and your level. Hey, maybe I don't want to do travel baseball this year, Dad. I'm okay with just doing school ball and whatever. So things like that. They get to pick how serious they want to go.
Yeah, and that's the third really big component, is that idea of the ownership. I mean, again, the quickest way you want to ruin something is have somebody, they're going to be doing it because they want to, and then tell them to do it, and motivation is killed.
For sure.
I don't want to do it for you or for somebody else, but when you can get that intrinsic motivation is what we call it. So how do you reinforce that? And sometimes, again, with coaching, that can be tough. Hey, if they've got the work to do, they've got to do that training. But hey, do you want to go to the gym or do you want to run? It'd be unbelievable what that can do for a teen athlete. Hey, we need some extra work in. How do you want to get that? When do you want to go? If you can give them those choices, that can help.
And here's the thing that people do. People say to me, boy, you spend your whole summer on the road playing ball with your boys. I do. But they would say, aren't you tired? No. There's so many good things that come out of it. We got a list here right now. You get the relationships with your teammates, with your coaches, your friendships. The parents get to have relationships as well. There's so many different good things that do come out of sports at the end of it all, and we forget about that sometimes.
Yeah, and I love the way, again, you brought up the relationships, because in addition to the idea that it was fun or that I'm good at it, the other thing that my athletes tell me all the time is that they just love their teammates and the connectedness and how much they can feel how a coach will care for them. So these relationships are incredibly important, and so developing them, nurturing them, being sure that those relationships are going okay is another way to be sure that kids are enjoying the game and loving their sports.
Good stuff as always. We've got about 2 seconds. Where do we track you down for more stories and stuff like that?
Yeah, easy. DrEddieO'Connor.com. I've got tons of videos, free resources, links to help people out. Looking forward to it.
Great stuff, Eddie. Always a great topic with you. We appreciate it. We got more news at 5 coming up after this.